questions before I begin. When I was asked this week to present on ranking share, I said yes. And then the next thing that the coworkers asked me was, what music do you want to walk out to? And I'm new to this whole network marketing thing, so my first question was, what do you mean, what music? And I said, I don't care, just choose a song for me. And so, of course, one of my coworkers threw out, how about the song I'm a Maniac? And then everyone started laughing. And someone else threw out, how about Super Freak? And again, more people started laughing. Someone else threw out Sir Mix-a-Lot, and then everyone started laughing. So I said, I don't care, you choose, but the truth of the matter is I've been really nervous as to what song I would walk out to. So I want to thank everyone in the back for picking a song that was fairly mild, not so crazy. Right? Clap to my coworkers. My second confession is the thing that I'm most nervous about is there are holes in the back of the stage, and all the men so far haven't had to worry about that, but I keep thinking, if I back up too far, one of these heels is going to catch one of those holes. So I'm going to stay forward. But really, I'm here to talk about ranking share. And I know, right? Woo! Finally, some updates about ranking share. And I'll be honest with you, I've been a little bit pensive about getting up here and talking about something that's been a bit controversial. I think there's a lot of emotion wrapped up in the name ranking share. There's been a bit of disappointment, maybe a lot of expectations that haven't been met. And so I felt a little bit tentative. You know, the ranking share road that we've been on hasn't been an easy one. It hasn't been easy for us, and it certainly hasn't been easy for you. You know, what ranking share started with an idea and a concept. It started as a hope, if you will. We didn't really have details. We didn't know the possibilities. We certainly didn't have a good grasp on the limitations. But as we've been forging ahead, as we've been going down this road, yeah, we've had some bumps in the road, but the awesome thing is we've discovered opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and the picture of what ranking share is and what ranking share can be is so much bigger and so much greater and so much more than we thought. Some of you, yeah, right? Some of you who've been with us from the beginning, you've experienced some of those growing pains with us. Because we haven't had a clear idea of what it could be, you've felt those growing pains. So the first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for having faith in ranking share. Thank you. And the second thing I want to do is I want to stand up here and I want to totally own our failures. I want to own the fact that we've made some mistakes, that we've made some decisions that maybe aren't the best, that we've set some unrealistic expectations, we've made promises that we haven't been able to keep. I want to own that. Because we've made some mistakes. Sometimes failures and mistakes can deter us from our goals. Sometimes they can dampen us from forging ahead and getting something done. But really, in this situation, it's done the exact opposite. All of this has fueled our fire to get this product built, to get this platform built in a better way. It's fueled our fire to get ranking share built so that it's positive and lucrative for you. So the biggest question probably is, where are we now and where are we going? And so I'm lucky enough to get to share a lot of good news with you. I gotta play with this clicker. Can you all see that? It's kind of dark for me. This is where we are now, right? I look at that and I cringe inside because that does not represent our vision of ranking share. The fact that you have to log into this back office and click on a link and it shoots you over to some random offer wall that we don't control, it makes me cringe. That's not what we're about. This, okay, kind of. Ooh, I didn't control that scrolling then. This is where we're headed. So as a standalone website. So no, yeah, clap. It's gonna be. It's being built as a standalone website, and this is really exciting for a bunch of reasons. No more random link in the back office. No more bad HTML links to offer walls. We get to control the look. We get to control the feel. We get to customize the user experience and turn it into something really, really great. So if you take a look at this, we'll have a nav bar across the top. And this will help you navigate and get to any activity that you're interested in. So if you're interested in watching videos, you click and go to the video section. If you're interested in product trials or sweepstakes, you click and you can go right there. On the right side of the nav bar, you'll see an account icon, a notification bell, and a settings wheel. And this links back to the back office. We have a new back office that's being created also. And this gives you the ability to track your points, which will happen in real time. So no more waiting. The little notification bell, it'll help you stay in the know. So no more wondering what's going on or whatnot. When we need to communicate with you, when we need to give you an update, when we want to share some really awesome information with you, you'll see a little one next to the bell, and you'll know that there's an update or information. You click on that. And so just right in that corner is really, really useful, right? Account information, points, updates. As you look down, you'll see the next section of the website says Offer of the Day. And I'm really excited about this because what you may not know is that we have thousands and thousands of offers at our fingertips. We haven't been able to give them to you because it's more than linking to an offer wall. These are all housed individually. But by putting up that deal of the day, I get to go in and I get to find a deal that I'm super excited about, and I get to write it, and I get to post it at the top. And most of the time, those deals have really high payouts attached. Really awesome payouts. So every single day, something I'm excited about, I get to find them, and I get to write them, and I get to pick them just for you. And, yeah. What I'm hoping is that when you come to the site, you get into the habit of looking at your notification bell, then you go and you right away do the deal of the day, and then if you move down, you see this featured section. Now I'm getting nervous about holes in the... You get to this featured section, and this featured section is becoming what you've heard the term the bundle, right? So this featured section is our first bundle concept. And again, I'm going to go in and hand-pick deals and handwrite deals, and they're going to be housed in this section. So again, you come to the site, you check your notifications, you do the deal of the day, and then you go to the featured section. And we're hoping that you get into the habit of doing those things, and what you'll find is by doing those few things, you'll become commission qualified. And you'll get the best opportunity to earn the highest amount of rewards and points. So, and then as you scroll down the website, you can't see this, but there will be a section for every type of offer. So surveys, and basic random offers, apps, and videos. So it's kind of training you on how to do ranking share in the best way possible. On top of this is just all the front end. Some of the most exciting pieces of this build is what happens on the back end. I referenced the fact that right now we're just linking via an HTML link to offer walls, which isn't that great of an experience. What we're going to do is integrate via API. And what that means is we have control. We have control of the user experience. We get to access pieces of inventory and offers individually and pull them to the site in a way that is most intuitive, it's most user-friendly. This will really change your experience. On top of that, there's another reason why API integration is so great. Surveys are a pain in the butt, right? They really are. They are. And we know that. And right now, I think the good news is we've partnered with probably 6 or 7 of the top survey providers in the world. We've fostered those relationships. We've built those relationships. We're just sitting on them right now because the only way to partner and feed you that inventory is via API integration. And we haven't had the capacity, the tech capacity right now, to be able to integrate in that way. The good news is we're building it. We have an amazing CTO, and he's building a tech team, an in-house tech team, and we'll have the capacity and capability to plug in via API. These survey partners that I'm talking about, they've spent a lot of time perfecting the user experience. They spend a lot of time figuring out the best way for a user to log in and do a survey. This is how they do it. If I log in, they ask me a few questions, and they store those questions with my user ID. So they might ask 5 questions, store that bit of information. The next time I log in, they might ask me 5 more, and again, they store that information to my user ID. Over about 10 times of me logging on and doing surveys, they store about 100 bits of information. It's not, and it's only to my user ID, it's not to my name, it's not to my email, it's just your unique ID. What ends up happening is after 10 times of logging on, they know who you are, right? And so they're going to start sending you surveys that fit your profile. They'll send you surveys that you have a higher likelihood of being able to complete. And so we're really, from the beginning, months ago, I was just itching to be able to release these survey partners to you because I really think it's going to change the game for you, especially in the survey space, because surveys have a higher point value to them. They're much more lucrative. And so that API integration is really, really good news. Like, I want to jump up and down, but I'll probably fall over. It's really good news. The other thing that I've heard a lot about is points, right? Right now, because again, tech limitations, we've had to manually upload points, which means it takes time, which means you don't know right away if an action has been counted or not. With this integration, points will be automatic. And so when you do an activity, you can look in your back office and you'll see your points right away. So super exciting. The last thing I want to say specifically about this rank and share build is that I recently implemented a new customer service process, if you will. Just recently, someone came to me and they told me about a bunch of subpar, I'll use that word, subpar user experiences. And I was kind of like shocked a little bit. And I said, why hasn't anyone been telling me this? And so I went to Amy, who's our director of influencer support. She's amazing, her team's amazing. And I said, Amy, I need to know this so I can go to our partners and get to the bottom of this. And so we meet every Friday, and she brings a list of concerns and complaints that her customer service team has gathered that week. And we sit, she delivers them in this awesome Google spreadsheet, and we sit and we go through them. And then I take those concerns, and I contact our account rep, and we walk through them. We walk through the process, we walk through the fixes, and this is helping me and our partners kind of fine-tune that experience for you. So what I want to ask is that if you do have concerns, recurring issues, things that aren't working for you, submit a ticket to customer service. That's the only way that gets back to me, and then it gives me the ability to fix it and find a permanent solution. So in short, rank and share, brand new website, standalone website, more inventory, more control, new customer interface, more intuitive, more partners, better experience altogether. So what's to come is really, really awesome. Yesterday, I was stopped in the lobby at work, and a few affiliates asked me a few questions about rank and share. And I answered the questions to the best of my ability, and then one of them asked, Kinsey, what's the confidence level? And I clarified, I said, what do you mean by confidence level? And I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you, Kinsey, that rank and share will really be built in the right way? Without doubt, without hesitation, without even thinking about it, I said 10. And I think they were probably taken back a little bit, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, I think try to be a little conservative, and we always do 7 or 8, 9's pushing it, but I said 10. Because I 100%, absolutely, without a doubt, know that this platform is going to be built, that we will have a better experience, that we will have more inventory, and that the possibilities will continue to just multiply and compound. I know that. For those of you who have been with us from the beginning, you're probably maybe in the back of your head thinking, why am I still here? Because all Kinsey is doing is giving us another promise, right? There's no delivery date. She hasn't told us it's going to be, this date. It's not already built. She can't say, hey, go open up, rankinshare.com and take a look. She's not telling us that. She's nothing promised, really. So why am I still here? I think the best way for me to answer that question is to tell you why I'm still here. It's been months and months of me jumping in and trying to help get this built. So I'm going to tell you why I'm still here. I'm about to get a little personal, so hopefully that's okay. I was first introduced to this concept back in December. Darren called me up. I drove 6 hours to Provo, showed up at the office, and we started talking about vision. And I was asked to imagine the following. And if you want to imagine the following with me, it'll probably paint the picture a little bit better. So they said, Kinsey, imagine a single mom. Imagine a single mom carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Imagine a single mom trying to do it all on her own. Imagine a single mom working 2 jobs just to make ends meet and barely making those ends meet. Now imagine that she has 2 girls and they're teenagers. And those poor girls, they don't have flip phones, which kind of make me chuckle because there's worse things than having flip phones, right? But imagine that all they really want to do is upgrade from a flip phone to a smartphone, and their mom knows that, but she can't provide that. And the girls are not about to ask their mom for a smartphone. They said, imagine. Imagine being that mom. Imagine the relief. Imagine the hope. Imagine what that could do for her. But then imagine giving her kids the ability to earn points so they can upgrade their flip phone to a smartphone. Just imagine what that can do. Just like right now, there was emotion in that office. It was tangible. I felt it. It was palpable. It was real. I was hooked with that vision right away. I had a 6-hour drive home. And I drove it alone, and I turned the radio off, and I stopped. And I wasn't thinking about moving to Utah. And I wasn't thinking about a job offer, and I certainly wasn't thinking about money. One word came to mind, and it was the word hope. And I thought about hope in my own life. And I thought about my experiences when I first understood the importance of hope. So I grew up in a household of 5 kids, and my mom would have been the ideal ranking share user, right? We had nothing. We were really, really poor. We were struggling. Money wasn't something that came easy. We wore homemade clothes and hand-me-downs. I don't think my brothers ever had shoes that didn't have holes in them. But maybe that's a boy thing more than a money thing. Our Christmases were homemade. This will age me a little bit, but all me and my sister wanted was a Cabbage Patch doll. Yeah, I remember Cabbage Patch dolls. My mom made us Cabbage Patch dolls. And she made My brother's pound puppies. See how old I am? All those like customer service millennials in the back have no idea what a pound puppy is. But we got homemade Christmas. You know, our food was canned and homegrown, and that's okay. But we didn't have extras. We only had necessities. In fact, I remember the very first time I had a brand new pair of pants. Gosh, Levi's, blue, these jeans. I was so excited. I was probably 7 or 8. I think my grandma gave them to me. And I was this short little thing, and I went to my room and I tried them on, and I was so excited. But those things, they were probably 8 inches too long. But I did not care. I had the perfect solution. You roll those suckers up until they're the right length, right? So imagine the cuffs created by a 7-year-old, right? I mean, I'm sure they were fat and thick and uneven and just all wrong. And I walked out of my room to show my mom, and I'm sure what she wanted to say was, Kinsey, don't wear those. Wait until I can hem them for you. But I didn't want to wait. I wanted to wear them to school because it was the first time I got a brand new pair of pants, and I was really excited. So I wore them proudly to school. Kids are not nice. And so I remember I got teased. I actually remember the boy's name, Nick. He had a mullet down to the middle of his back. And he teased me about cuffs on my pants. He said, Kinsey, what did you do to your pants? And I said, what do you want? I cuffed them. Why are you even wearing them? But you know what? It was my first brand new pair of pants. I was so excited. That was the story of my childhood. We went without. We made do. We didn't have much. That's not to say we weren't happy. Because I learned at a really young age that happiness comes from things made without money. By the time I reached my teen years, life got even more difficult. Money became tighter. My dad hit the road and left my mom with single, with 5 kids, a mortgage to pay, no job. She had been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. When she got married at 18, her dream was to be a mom, and she was a fabulous mom. She had no way to make money. She had no job. And I think that was the very first time that I understood what fear really was and what pain really felt like. I think that was the first time I understood the necessity of hope. How important it is to have hope in life. So my mom, she's a survivor. She's awesome. She's a hard worker. She found a job, went to work as a receptionist for a dentist. She worked long hours. I remember she would leave at 6:30 in the morning and she would get home at 7 at night, and we 5 kids, we just rallied around each other. We cleaned the house, we did the laundry, and made the food. And we took a check representing the ability to take care of her kids. So she opened that envelope and she took the check out. And what was supposed to bring relief brought despair. Because after working 2 full-time weeks, her check was $250 and some change. She looked at that check and she thought, how in the world am I going to pay a mortgage, let alone feed? We've got 5 kids on $250 a paycheck. She only has so much time in the day, right? It's not like, I mean, what else? And I think, and I know,